Let's get it.
I appreciate you. Here's your phone back, brother.
Thank you.
Reese, thank you for having me.
It's good seeing you again, bro.
Yeah, it's good seeing you.
Hey, I'll hit you up soon.
Yeah, good luck.
I'll see you at the meeting.
Yeah, I'll see you there, brother.
Friday.
Hey, make sure you come prepared, alright?
I try not to come late.
Hey, I know how I'll be, bro.
Hey, you know me, babe. You know me. That's my boy.
Sir, welcome back, everybody, to Out at Reese's podcast. I'm your host, Reese Shalvis, and today we have our very second reoccurring guest, Zenotic.
Zenotic. How you doing?
Doing good, man. How you been?
Doing great. Doing great.
It's been a minute since we've seen each other.
It has. How long has it been?
See, when was the Royal Tea show?
I believe it was like, what was it, September? It was September,
Was
right?
it September? Like September something.
Yeah. Hey, it was memorable for sure. I just can't seem to think about the date right now, but I'm sure it was, I remember it was a fun experience. I love the Royal Tea show.
So what you been up to since then?
Man, I feel like I've been up to a lot of stuff, just working on myself. Try to help the people around me, just, good energy.
Yes, sir. I feel you there.
You know what I mean?
Been on that grind?
Yeah, I've been really grinding. I actually have a song coming out on November 4th.
Was that the one you just played me?
Yep.
Earlier?
Yeah, I showed him a snippet. Maybe, hey, the snippet was in the song. I mean, in the video already. 111 in LA, you'll find it on all platforms. But yeah, it was really just an expression, just trying to like give out some good energy to the world and all that. Maybe I should move the microphone like right here. I'm trying to see you. We're having a conversation.
Whatever you need, man. Whatever you gotta put it. But
Thank you.
So are you gonna be there for Storm Tour too?
No, it's November 5th, right?
November 5th.
Yes, sir. I have to be there. I'm actually performing too.
Oh, you're performing?
I'm trying to bring a community, to put up some booth. I'm actually trying to bring a community out, per se, just like the conscious community, the awareness community. See if we could bring some good energy to the shows and protect the sacred space for like people who do pursue a spiritual path,
Right. Yeah.
Bring that into the scene, especially here in Salt Lake City.
Oh, dude, Salt Lake City is the number one place right now. It's going to be the next big place that music and artists really come together and, build their community. For
sure. Salt Lake City, like, so many people are moving out here, too. It's crazy just to see the growth. There's even traffic now. Like, whew, definitely.
The traffic's getting so bad.
The traffic out here, look, guys. The traffic is, it's not like LA, of course, but it's getting pretty bad. But, kind of just like going off what you said, my boy Royal T, he actually, shout out Royal T. He told me, he was like, hey, we're connecting Salt Lake City to the world. And I felt that. I definitely felt that. And that's the whole goal. We're just trying to connect Salt Lake City, baby. Lake City to the world. And it's got the potential, too.
Oh, definitely. Like when Storm Tour first came around, I heard it was one of their best shows.
Yeah, definitely. We definitely do have a different vibe.
The people here are awesome.
They're awesome.
They're so sick. They pull up. They're there for you.
They're there for you. They're there for you, and they'll tell you like, hey, they will follow the person who has good content, putting Salt Lake City in a movement, And so
I like that.
You know what I mean?
That's my favorite tagline though. The 801 Underground. Just the whole community.
The 801 Underground. The 801 Underground.
So did you have you always been in Salt Lake?
Salt Lake. I was raised here. And originally, I found out that I'm very mixed, I have a lot of mixed in me, but my main ethnicity is Venezuelan. Epa chamos. Everybody's watching. Epa le chamos. Estamos activos. Shout out. But really, I'm a human being. That's like the biggest thing. I'm like here. I'm here for humanity. But really importantly, you got to know how to be there for yourself before humanity. My mom actually told me, she was like, hey, I went out to Houston and I lived out there for some time. And, I was like remembering my roots and where I came from and just like trying to figure that out for some reason. You actually like, I'm the type of person where I'll go out and try to figure out the truth. And so I was like, what's the truth about me, And I found out, that, the Arwaks, the Tainos, the Indigenous, You know, just a lot of background to the indigenous, the ancestral, and I learned a lot. And my mom, like around the time, was like, hey, when I got back to Salt Lake, I had some complications. You know, I had to come back to the lake, which I'm grateful for. You know, I'm here with you, gratitude. You know,
Yes.
good energy. You know, so I came back and she was like, hey, you got to heal the home before you heal the world. You got to heal where you come from before you could go out and heal somewhere else. And sometimes, you know, it may not always be the case where you have to like come around and heal everything, you know. And I mean, but if you do embody that light, you might just come around and shed light everywhere, you know. And so just coming back to that is just, I came back to Salt Lake and I realized it's here. It's here. This is where I have to be. This is the place.
This is the place.
This is the place. This is the place. And it's great to see the scene and all these artists, the community just diving in together and woo, man, it's amazing. It's amazing to see people come together and work for a common goal. It's beautiful.
Do you feel like your experience doing that back in Venezuela?
I
feel like it really.
Yeah, Venezuela is crazy. The thing is, I haven't been back in a long time just because there's issues with the government. So complications have come up. We tend to see that a lot in the world. That's why.
Do you hope to go back one day and make an impact?
Yes. I definitely want to be the first one in the family to gain enough financial freedom and capital to lift others around me, especially people of Venezuela. They deserve it. They were ranked in Guinness World Record for one of the happiest people alive. That's why I be breathing in that good air, baby. You know?
Yes, sir.
Breathing in that good air and just bringing in that peace because we create what we want to be, you know? And I'd rather just be the polarity of destruction, just bring creation, even though it comes hand in hand. At times, you know? Sometimes you got to switch it up.
There's definitely a balance, though.
There's a balance, for sure. But I definitely do want to go back and help them out and bring the people up. But sometimes it's not about where we go. It's like the destination. I mean, the journey. But it's the destination. Of course, you want to work towards something, but
right.
The journey is what makes it.
The journey is where you learn everything and really grow, you know, and meet new people. This is coming together.
I'm getting comfy. I'm coming together. You know, I got too much on me. Let me get a little bit loose. But yeah, now that I'm here, how's your day been going? Here on this podcast, you've been working too. I see you working.
Yeah, dude, it's been crazy. It's been a movie, bro. It feels like it's been a movie.
Reese's podcast. Hey, I'm grateful to be on here. It's beautiful to see people come together and invite other. I appreciate the invitation to be here too as well. And so, yeah, I'm ready for everything that comes my way.
So what do you want to, like, what do you see coming your way in the next couple of years? And what are you really trying to like reach for?
I'm trying to reach for prosperity and inspiration. Inspire others to create their own prosperous lives. You know? I feel like as if you come in alone, you go out alone. But making the memories within this journey might not make you feel as alone. So sometimes you have to be willing to go out there and create a memory. Create something for yourself. But that's not up to me.
You're right.
It's up to you, you know?
I feel that one of my biggest kind of life goals is to die with no regrets. You know?
That's heavy.
And satisfaction.
Yeah, hell yeah. He said, ooh, heck yeah. Excuse me, y'all. Yeah. Shout out to my family, my cousins, all the people watching. Definitely dying with no regrets. Like, they say to ascend, not to be like weird or like say some crazy deep stuff, but like they say to ascend to the next level in life. There's levels to this, you know? Like, we're here, but there's always got to be more creation. It's never ending. Life will never be ever ending, even when we die. Even to go up, they say we must release all attachments, addictions, everything. Leave with no attachments but a light heart, like a feather. A heart like a feather, baby.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So have you always been? So you're a very spiritual person. Have you always been this way growing up, or do you feel like there were some major events or something that really showed you kind of the universe and to open your mind?
Definitely. I definitely have always been spiritual. We're all spiritual. Matter of fact, I believe we were all born spiritual. That's just the other side of the spectrum that we can't normally see because the naked eye could see like 90% of the spectrum here. And so there's other ways to look though and feel. Everything really is feeling. If you feel your way through life, coming with ambition and heart. And so, what was your question again? I got deep up in that. I was hold on.
Did
It
you?
was a good question.
Did you grow up always feeling spiritual, or was there something that really, like, some major points in your life that you really opened your mind because of them and kind of open up to that spirituality?
So, I was, like I said, I was born spiritual, but you tend to forget your spirituality. You know, you forget your true self. If you know what I mean, like your true self. But I feel like I was destined for this. I was destined for growth in the highest ways, and that came across when I met this homegirl in junior high. Shout out to Andrea. She gifted me a lapis lazuli, a stone, and it was very powerful to me. I was like, "What is this?" You know, I was questioning the stuff, and as much as I could remember, I was, you know, just thinking about it, and I was like, "Well," and for some reason, like I just had like a feeling, just like I just heard, I don't know, I heard it, and like I heard it somewhere, and it like replayed in my head. It was like third eye, this and that. I was like, what is this, you know? And it kept coming up like as a synchronicity. It was like synchronized, and I was like, whoa. So eventually I go to my cousin's house, Giovanni. I was like, hey, you know, we're in like end of 7th grade going into 8th grade. Search up third eye. Ooh. Find out this artist, this creator, this YouTuber named Infinite Waters. Shout out to Ralph Smart, psychologist. He's a very funny dude. Started watching him, and wow, just information I was willing to take and learn from in a metaphysical point of view, like grew. And just from 8th grade until here in this moment, just been working, evolving just to, you know, be my best self and bring creation to this world, a positive impact. And it got lonely at times, you know, as a spiritual being, you know, having a human experience as multi-dimensional being, you know, not to get so deep, but search that up, multi-dimensional. Do your research as well. I'm just Zenotic, baby.
He's just human.
I'm just human, you know, just like you. But going down the road of, you know, taking a different route in terms of just like spirituality, you know, whatever the case could be, you find, a lot of loneliness. Sometimes people won't always understand you, but it's up to you to understand yourself and grow with that love for yourself. Love yourself, water yourself. Bring that good. Doesn't even have to be good, but just something higher for yourself. And yeah, until this point, like even about like certain stuff that I shouldn't even be talking about, like some deep stuff that like you dive in watching like ancient history, ancient aliens, you know.
3 a.m., 4 a.m.
3 a.m., 4 a.m. vibes.
Endless.
Exactly. Yeah.
There's just so much information out there, but it can be dangerous. I feel like, you know, because if you're following all this string of videos and information, you know, form of content, you could get into the bad stuff that, you know, now it's kind of can be negative. And
there's a lot of that coming around nowadays. You know, I always say, see it for what it is. Take it how you need it. You know, things could help you grow. But there is a lot of negativity, especially like on the media. Sometimes the news, I'm just like, well, it's time to hear something. I know there's heroes out there. Doing their work. You're a hero. You know, you're putting me out here. In a way, you're a hero. You help out your family. You come around, you handle business. Keep it moving, keep it loving. And you even have me here in this presence, you know. Thankful. Very thankful for that. And
well, I'm just glad that you guys are willing to come on and, you know, share your voice and opinions on whatever I want to talk about. Just learn about your guys' inspirations and such. You know, it's
inspiring.
Who did inspire you growing up? Like any artists, or maybe not even music artists, just anybody that you really looked up to who inspired you the most?
As of now, I have a cool inspiration of Jordan Clarkson, a basketball player. Actually, I grew up loving basketball as well.
What team was he on?
Well, my favorite player is Kobe. Kobe Bryant.
Okay.
Grew up a Kobe fan, living in Salt Lake City too, as well. Just in the family. Kobe, rest in peace, rest in paradise. And going off that, just I love Kobe, but just saying that because Jordan Clarkson was on the Lakers,
Oh, okay.
and that's where I really seen him most. But it happens to be he's on the Utah Jazz now, so.
Oh, just recently?
Nah, he's been on it for like
Oh,
about
he's been
2
on it.
years, I think.
2 years?
I saw him once, and we were at the Rick Ross show here in Salt Lake City, and I was actually part of it because I was helping out a group named Eastside Hype. Good luck to wherever they're at now. All love. I was helping them out, and go ahead, and I see Jordan Clarkson, and oh man, I'm like, whoa, that's crazy. He's around like a lot of people, a lot of beautiful people, and I make eye contact with him a couple times, and I just, whew, man, back then I didn't have my right fit on. You know, if you feel good, you look good. I didn't have the right fit. I did. I always do, but I looked, I don't know, very like earthy. It was like in the fall, spring, and that's okay. But I don't know,
Right.
for some reason I was just feeling it, and
Were you nervous?
yeah, I was pretty nervous. You know, this is a tall dude, long wingspan. But eventually I did grow that confidence. But when I went back, he was gone, and so after that I was like, I'm gonna meet Jordan again, and I'm gonna be confident that I will, like, I don't know. I feel like I can see me and Jordan like really cool
Maybe one day you'll have a podcast with him and just talk.
and just talk
Yeah.
about life. I definitely see it as like some deja vu. Definitely some like deja vu, you know. Either way, always blessed to be around presence of creators too. In a way, he's creating art, playing basketball. You know, I played basketball as well. You know, shooting the ball. You know, consistency, hard work, dedication. That creates, you know, a lot of beautiful moments. But in terms of music, I know you want to know my music inspiration. But who's your favorite music artist?
My favorite music artist. That's a hard one. That's really hard. So I just have so many artists I like, and they're just all different genres. I don't really know too many artists personally. Like like I don't really know anything about them. I mean,
Right.
just more just their music. So it's really hard to say who inspires me, musically wise. But when it comes to like just an overall inspiration,
The deep breath and everything. That's how you know. I done already took like 3. Zen.
that's I'm gonna need a minute to think about that. I might actually need a minute.
I told myself just listening to you talk, I was like, who is my inspiration? I feel like there's so many inspirations, especially in a lot of aspects.
Especially for like just different parts of my lives, there's like the different inspirations, you know.
The different chapters and stuff.
Right.
Ooh, for myself, I'd have to say my biggest inspiration for music would have to be top 3. Michael Jackson, Bob Marley, and Kendrick Lamar, maybe Nipsey Hussle, maybe Denzel Curry. Oh man, I could go on for days. But I feel like the people around me the most inspire me the most. All these other artists.
I was actually gonna say my dad is one of my biggest inspirations, I think, that
That's
I've
real.
kind of always had growing up. You know,
That's real. That's
just
real.
looking up to him and all of the things he tried teaching me when I was growing up that, you know, as a kid I'd kind of push aside and think that doesn't matter, I don't care.
Right.
But now as an adult and I've had time to reflect on my whole life, especially lately, I've realized like, man, he really was trying to not only help me be successful and come up in life, but to strive for my best. And
That's real too, because we all need a good guide. We all need a good mentor in our life, you know, to guide us through this world. There's a bunch of stuff I didn't even learn in school that I happened to learn after graduation. And caught me off guard. I was like, real life hit. Real life really. Well, real life is always here. But in terms of like in the world, in the I guess you could say the system, you got to do finances, pay bills, this, that, and the third. Nowadays, I'm just trying to love and live life to the fullest, you know, especially with like so-called climate change, you know. I feel like Earth is really just growing and trying to find a way to heal itself. And I see a lot of us like nowadays trying to heal ourselves as well. Some of us, but if you got it on locks, you got it on locks. Keep it moving forward, you know.
I feel like one problem with, or something that I feel like a lot of people struggle to do is, so the world is, while it is a crazy place, it's also beautiful, right? But I feel like a lot of people struggle seeing the beauty amongst all the chaos and craziness, you know, that it has. And I feel like that's why there's people like, you know, that's why there are people who inspire people, is to really ground them and help them see through all the chaos and see the beauty of not just the world but themselves, you know, see what they have deep inside of them that they can bring out themselves, you know.
Raw. That is raw. That is very like swavy. Swavy as in wavy. Because it's the truth. It's the truth. Time beings nowadays, there's not enough. You know what you know. You know the good deeds that you do, but we know what level we need to attain. I feel like how many of us in here know that each and one of us are striving to at least reach a point. Could be A, B, C, but when will it end? When will reaching all these points end?
That's the thing. I think that's the beauty of it. I don't think it does end. I think there's always the next thing to strive for, and to better yourself.
Exactly. That's beautiful you said that. I had to let that one marinate because that really is. It's like love. You know, I found love within. You can find love within people. You know, love within. I feel like everything is a reflection in a sense. That it's a two-way street. Whatever you give it, you will come back. It's like if you feed the plant, it's gonna be alive. If you don't feed it, you might be feeding something else, but it's not gonna be. The plant won't grow. You know.
And sometimes you need people to help you feed it. You know.
Community, unity, communication. Even being in a relationship, being in a relationship nowadays is very difficult in terms of love, self-love. I believe because you have to love someone, which is you. You have to love yourself before you love somebody else. That touched me. That touched me right there. And I stand by that at times. It's like what is real will prosper. What is real will prosper. But
I think one thing important to remember though with relationships too is you can't fully expect someone to provide you with the happiness and love by themselves, right? If you don't love yourself and if you're not happy with yourself, how could someone else give you that, you know, like, and it be truly happiness, you know, if you don't really have it for yourself. But if you can find that happiness for yourself and share that happiness with someone else, that's where that connection, that bonding really can change your life.
You could take the horse to the river. You just can't make him drink it. But you could take the water away from him. Eventually, they'll be thirsty.
I like that.
Eventually, they're gonna be thirsty. Yeah.
Did you just come up with that on the spot?
My great uncle, he's like an uncle. I wrote to me, and sometimes I see myself as like a Prince Zuko character in terms of just like my life. I see my uncle as like an Uncle Iroh. And he told me that, well, I already knew that you can take anybody to the water fountain. You just can't make them drink it because it's up to them. But he put it in an aspect, especially in Spanish. He put it in perspective. And I always said, you could give them the key. You just can't make them open the door. But you could show them the way to the door. And eventually, if they got the right key, or not even that, even if they could fit the key and they figure it out, you could open the door. You could open the door and now you got to take a step in to anywhere you want to be in aspect of emotional, mentally, physically. You know, you're doing a rep off all my weightlifters out there. Feel that bone, mind-body connection. I don't lift like that, but I have friends who do lift. And they're trying to get me in the gym. You'll catch me.
What's stopping you?
Honestly, coming back from Houston and being here in Salt Lake City, I have gone through my tribulations. As in, everybody goes through tribulations and I've taken them quite well, but it is what it is. And I'm going with God, finding ways, or the Most High, finding ways to like connect myself more to Source, because you give it to the Most High, and especially following a dream, and trying to make a dream into reality. So I feel like you have not have to, but it's a wise choice to have something higher than yourself helping you along the way.
Like a higher power. It's
Like a
almost
higher
kind
power.
of an image to guide you and kind of pull you through.
Exactly. And that's why I come to say, like, you have to save yourself before anybody else could save you. And so taking that time for like that mental health, taking that self-care day, my people, just in terms of self-care, self-love is very important. Make sure, males hit the gym, ball up, do what you love, draw, art, everything. Humans, we're all human at the end of the day. Ladies, take yourself to self-care, do your thing, take care of your hair, especially my wife. My wife, I'm making sure she's taken care of for her, take care of your people. Shout out to Callie, Sai, Camry, that's my love. Love really is beautiful in this world, and she helps me see the beauty of the world at times. You always need that extra person to help you. Not even that, because I want her. I need myself at the end of the day, but I want my best friend. You always need your best friend, lover, and girlfriend in one. And if you find that, keep it special. Don't ever trade a motel for a hotel. Stay, not even a hotel, mansion. Stay at your mansion.
What would you have to tell people who feel like they are not only struggling to see love, but really find it themselves?
You would say, look in the mirror. I would say, feel yourself in the mirror. The bad, the good, the trauma, everything. Know that there's a way through. There's a light at the end of the tunnel. Know that there is somebody out there that is willing to help you, and be open. Some of us don't judge. I don't judge. What's the word? I judge correctly. I judge in the highest light. What's the word? Discernment. I speak in Spanish? Yeah, discernment.
Discern me?
Yeah, have good discernment about
Discernment.
things. Shout out to my boy Edu Tattoos. He told me yesterday, he was like, hey, it's not screwing no more, because I'm the type of person where it's like, let's go, let's get it. And he was like, hey, man, make sure you make proper decisions. Make proper decisions. We don't say screw it or nothing no more. And like, I've been on that vibe, but like sometimes, you tend to get carried away.
Right.
And he was like, we make proper decisions. And I was like, these are the type of people I love to be around. He was on the last podcast.
So yeah. He was on the Royalty Show podcast. So if kind of everything you're striving for and kind of building for the future, when that future comes, what is it when the name Zenotic leaves someone's mouth? What do you hope? What thought and image do you hope sprouts through people's minds?
I want it to be a feeling. It is a feeling. Zenotic. It's a feel. It's a feeling. I want to paint a picture for them to something completely different from what they're used to, but something yet so similar in terms of something new age, but old at the same time. Maybe a sense of a breath air. You hear Zenotic, it's a fresh breath air. We still got people out here that trying to. I would say my ultimate goal here as a human evolving is help everyone grow in consciousness, reach the next level in your life.
Kind of enlighten themselves. And
I could give you the key, but I can't help you open the door. Maybe I can. I could budget a little bit, but in terms of just you walking through, that's all you. And I want to help people build their own dream, inspire them to create their own Zen.
well, it's kind of back on that kind of the water fountain. You can bring the water to the horse, but the horse decides to drink it or not, right? So if someone brings you the water, you can try and drink it, but if you kind of bring assistance or help or build your own tools to drink the water, right? Maybe a cup or something, and you can take the water with you. You can bring it farther. You can bring that kind of that knowledge, and
Right. I was just thinking it was like, trust everyone to be themselves, but trust that you can see them clearly. In terms of somebody who is your mentor or guide, make sure you train for the occasion. Make sure you train for your level, your test. The test will come. train for it, come around prepared. Basketball, whew, you got a basketball game, the championship. You got to practice for this. You didn't pass the math test. You didn't study. You didn't study. I don't like to study though. It's like I like to study if it inspires me though. If it touches my heart. At times it's just like taking that dedication and commitment is the next level. Not committed to the project, committed to yourself. In terms of you really can't fail yourself. Do not fail yourself. You got the opportunity right in front of you. Everything you need is right in front of you, right within you.
The moment I feel like you really fail yourself is when you stop trying and give up.
Mm.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Because
right.
What could you do when you give up? What is it you could really reach for if you give up? Because there's nothing there to reach for when you're.
Don't mind my stain. You guys probably didn't see it. Don't give up. Don't give up. Shout out to Wafer. Wafer said a very intelligent thing. He said, if you have a dream, chase it. If you don't have the dream yet, go back to sleep.
I like that. In
Remember?
the last podcast, yeah. I actually want to quote that. I want to clip that.
I got a lot of baggage. Got to take all this off. Let me take all this. Let me take this off. Yeah. In terms of just like dreaming, dream lucid. In this world, dream lucid. You create this world. You create this life. How much of it do we create though?
I mean, I feel like personally, you're essentially given a life, and then you have the choice to make it what you want, right?
That's very strong. I asked this client who came to the studio. I had my studio open for sessions to help other people get art, and I was like, "What do you think life is to him?" He said, "I don't think this is entirely life," but he had a good point of perspective in terms of just like a goal in life. He said, "Life is a purpose, and throughout the journey, you strive to reach that purpose, that destination. But in that journey, that's how I took in that journey. You figure out who you are, what you want to be, and what do you want to let go when you leave." And that hit me. That hit me too. That was very strong to hear. On that aspect, I was like, man, I mess with you. I was like, heck yeah. I was like, that's some real good stuff. That's deep, very knowledgeable.
Oh yeah,
But in the life shouldn't be as complex as we make it. Life is actually pretty simple. At the end of the day, just love, just be grateful for where you are and where you want to be, and eventually you'll see with consistency, keep working toward it every day. Put your heart into it. You will bear the fruits of your labor. We will bear the fruits of our labor.
We will bear the fruits of our labor.
We will. And you will too. Everybody watching, we will. You've been working hard, huh? I've been working hard. You've been working hard. We all need a fresher breath air. Let's get a breath in. 1, 2, 3. Love.
Sometimes we just need to stop and take a deep breath. Look around. Live in the moment.
That's real.
So growing up, was there anything? Well, let me ask you this first. Where's your name Zenotic come from? What inspired you to create that name?
So that's a good question. People rarely ask that, to be honest. They're just always trying to pronounce it. I'm Zen Exotic, and I wanted to bring the balance, the yin yang, the fire and the ice, sun and the moon, masculine and feminine, just the two aspects of life, destruction and creation.
The balance,
exactly. And Zen is the balance, and then exotic, you can be Zen in an exotic way. You could still be swaggy with being a universal gangster, spiritual being. It's not all rainbows and kisses. Life is a lot of ups and downs, roller coaster. And so in terms of just like Zen exotic, I was always like on my Zen stuff. Went to Miami, and
it was crazy.
Miami is a good spot. Miami's crazy. A lot of crazy energy over there. There are a lot of crazy artists as well that come out of Miami.
The roads are a playground.
Yeah, of course. And I was out there, and a friend was like, "You're very exotic, like the people here in Miami." And I took it as a compliment, and we came to the conclusion. And it was like, mix Zen with exotic, Zenotic. And for me, I was like, that's the one. And I had a couple other names that I wanted to do too, but Zenotic had to be it.
What were they? The other names?
Okay, I'll say they're like, I like, me as an artist, I like to like name them as like my alter egos. I might put them in a song eventually. I would say Zenotic, Apollo Kai was one of them. Young Zeal was one of them. What else? Jambu was one of them.
Well, which one was the closest to replacing Zenotic?
It was cool because I had like different aspects of it. Like I had like different lanes to make me as an artist. I had like a very like old school vibe, like Apollo Kai, some old school Tribe Called Quest type beats, boom, yeah. Like I'm not about to start beatboxing, but just that type of cool stuff. And Jambu was more of like soul, like earthly type stuff, and just like tribal for the ancestors. And Young Zeal was like more of like new wave, kind of like walk, talk. Like Lil Yachty dropped that. I took that walk to Poland,
Mm-hmm.
And so just kind of like that new wave. But Zenotic was really more of, how can I mesh all this together? How can I be soul, futuristic, tribal, old school, future Zen? Came up with the future Zen. I was like, the futuristic meets the Zen, the old, the present moment. So we're all in, I feel like it's the all. The all Zenotic came up, and it was just like, that's the ultimate one. That's the one.
I like that. That's actually so sick.
That's different.
That's awesome.
I'm good. Thank you.
Thank you. It really does describe everything. Zenotic. Like that's.
It's like life is so Zen, but it gets exotic sometimes. It gets very exotic at times. It's at times life could be so beautiful, but yet so destructive in a way. But you learn and you go through it. And if you have people around you, Callie, if you have people around you that can help you out, guide you, have your best friend, Moses, we're chosen. We can do this.
It's from the destruction is where you really learn the most, and about yourself and others and the world.
We find ourselves through other people at times. Most of the times, think about it. All the ideas stem from somewhere. Like everybody, they say another person has thought the same idea as you. I think that might be true.
I think so.
I think it might be true. It's true. Even like, breaking down some stuff, I've come to realize that like through my journey, everything is built into words. Everything is your words. Vibration, energy, frequency. Stems what you are. What your vibration is, we're always vibrating. We living at a frequency. We got our energy to us. At times, people could say personality too. That's something a little bit different.
You think you can change your vibrational frequency?
Yes. I'm doing it right now.
Just meditating and...
I'm charging up. Right now. Right now I'm charging up as we speak. Because, you wanna know why? Yeah, I'll tell you why. Because love is everywhere. And what you feed yourself is what you will become. Your environment, I feel as if you become your environment in a sense. In the sense that they say, the first 5 people you hang around is who you will become. That's part of it. But in terms of your environment, if you're growing up in a tough childhood situation, you're getting, God bless everybody, but love. If you're being beat, or you got trauma, it's gonna affect the way you come up. Your environment affected you. But if you're grown in a sense of love and mentorship and guided, you will be in a certain manner. But it's all about what you tell yourself. It's all about what you feed yourself. You have to hold yourself to a certain mannerism in life. If you want to be a millionaire, be a millionaire. It's all within first. If you want to be crazy podcast, being up there, you move, you act as such. And you will be as such. me, a music artist, I am an artist, I'm a musician, I do this, I will be as such. And the people will speak for itself as too, speak for itself too, you know, because the results will be there.
I think one of the other really important things when coming up with all this is just self-awareness and keeping that and maintaining that, you know, because I feel like with the whole the first 5 people you grow up with or, you know, are influenced with in your life is who you become. I think that's true for the first half, and then the second half is what when you can become self-aware, what are you gonna do to just improve and change into what you want to be.
Everything opens up.
Right.
Everything opens up. Once you got that awareness, you're like, whoa, like I got space to maneuver. Things aren't as so crowded as they may seem to be. And that comes off of fear too. Fear as in illusion, you know, don't psych yourself out. If you got it in your heart, you got it. You know what to do. You feel me? It's just a matter of like, be confident in what you're doing. It's okay, we'll be scared, we'll be nervous, but don't react. And even if you do, come back to your heart and respond. Have a good response to it. A very healthy response that will lead you somewhere and improve the situation or whatever the case could be. You could improve any situation. You really can. You could improve a situation by not feeding into things, protecting your energy, or even just helping somebody along the way.
I think also important. It's what I feel like is important is the connection you have with yourself can often be the type of connection you'll have with others. If you can't be real with yourself, you know, how can you be true with others? Real with others, you know.
Man, oh man, that's a challenging one too. Just like being real with yourself. There's so much stuff in the world. I go on Instagram and I already see like muchas cosas. I see a lot of things, but man, I went on TikTok and literally my feed was what I made it. It got a little bit. TikTok is personal. I'm like, whoa, how did you know that?
Right.
How did you know that?
That's crazy. It just knows you.
Yeah, but I feel like sometimes it goes against me. At times I'd be like, whoa, that's like kind of negative. It's like, why would I want that to happen?
Kind of counterproductive.
Yes, but if you do use it as a tool and you create something cool, you could blow up and really like make a revenue off of it. Make a living off these apps. But I'd say, you know, make an impact. I'd say like make an impact in a cool way, a positive way.
Right.
You know, nobody likes an asshole. Excuse my French. Nobody likes somebody who is a jack. You know, just
yeah.
Nobody likes that. Nobody wants somebody who's always bringing a negative vibe. Come on now.
And if they do, then they're just part of that negative.
It's like a loop.
Right.
It's like a crazy loop.
Energy is so contagious.
That's true.
It's true. Super contagious. If you're hanging around people who are, you know, jack,
yeah,
you'll probably start kind of feeding off that energy.
Exactly.
So just surround yourself with people that you want to be like and want to strive to, you know, come up with.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like I said, like you will become your environment. That's why, like, I want to surround myself around creators. Not saying like I can't surround myself around anybody. You know, I got a space of love, and I don't judge. I definitely want peace. You know, definitely peace on earth, heaven on earth. So I don't judge. So in terms of just like, you know, even like the broke, in terms broke, not really broke, but like maybe broke, but somebody who's just at their own level, compared on contrast, better yet said, contrast to a certain type of level. Maybe, you know, for example, somebody who's been a chef for over 10 years and somebody who's just starting off. It's like we could help each other, teach you things that I've never even learned, because you are from a different generation. You come as you are. You already have a certain type of knowledge to you. I could learn a couple things from you, and I have some wisdom as well. It's like that's kind of an aspect we could roll off on this earth. It's like I could bring something to the table in you as well, but I don't have to use you. It's just we're human, you know? It's like I'm open to shed some love and light and wisdom because I know it'll help you along the way.
And that's really where it comes from, is just sharing positive knowledge and wisdom is really where you'll see the most.
Sharing positive wisdom is key, you know? Especially is reaching prosperity. Learn, LEARN. listen, understand, validate. Listen, understand, validate. Love. LUV, love. Self-love. Self-love. And I don't even want to be like preaching and be a crazy dude up here, like even sound weird. I don't want to sound weird. I just definitely.
Just want to share a positive message and hope to inspire.
You can't blame somebody who's trying. Anybody who blames you to try, they're whack. They're jack. They're jack. You got the power in your hands to make yourself happy. You got it. Get up. Get up.
And the people
too,
that
though.
doubt you, the people that doubt you probably doubt themselves.
It'll be the ones that look just like you, the ones that are closest to you that will doubt you the most. Sometimes a stranger will help you more than your family. I'm not saying my family hasn't helped me because I'm grateful, but there are moments of, choices. Everything comes to choice, I believe. It's like, in a way, you're either real or fake. You're either real or you're fake. And I live by that. And every day I find ways to be the realest way I can be and improve in a way where I could still dream, but still be real. Be grounded and at the same time be real with myself. Even if you're mad too, if you got a reason to be angry at something, you're feeling it in your heart. There's a healthy way to express it, but don't let it kill you. Don't let it bottle you up inside. Let it free. Find a way to be free without drugs, doing negatives, this, that, and the third. Reading. I've been reading nowadays. I've been reading, man.
Really? What kind of stuff you been reading?
The Alchemist.
Alchemist?
Have you read The Alchemist?
No. What is that about?
The Alchemist by I can't pronounce his name. Paulo Coelho, or something like that. I apologize for the mispronunciation, but yeah, Paulo. Great artist, great author. The book The Alchemist was pretty much a story of a personal treasure. Everybody's got a treasure they're trying to attain at times. He found it within himself throughout the journey, but the journey was, how we're saying the journey is the one who taught him. And he learned to be an alchemist. What do you think an alchemist could be, though?
Isn't an alchemist essentially like a creator? Sort of like, or a maker?
Yes, you can
right?
say that. You can say that. Yeah, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. An alchemist is somebody who could transmutate. Transmutation is ability to make nothing into something. But not like crazy, like always something into nothing or nothing into something. No, not like that. More so of, this is what I imagine, the idea, and create it into matter. Or it could be something negative already there, and use that same energy, that same presence of what it is, how you're feeling, and turn that into something light. Like light for yourself that your heart could attain, and you could be light as a feather.
You could almost say metaphorically, people who turn their lives into what they want to are alchemists, right?
Yes.
They're converting what they want.
Yes, that's true. That's true. That's very true. Because I believe you create your reality. And in the book it says, when you really want something, the whole, like, not even trying to sound like crazy, but like, when you really want something and you really have your heart to it, the world, the whole universe around you will conspire to help you to get it. Excuse me. The whole universe will help you get it. And you're not alone. You got assets around you. You got assets that will help you get it. Assets over liabilities,
Right.
Assets over liabilities. Don't ever be a liability to yourself. Love yourself. How many of us wish to be more gentle with ourselves? Think about it. Put a lot of pressure on ourselves. How can we be more gentle with ourselves?
Now, what is the opposite of an alchemist? What would you call that? Like, what kind of title or name?
The opposite of an alchemist is... Would it be an illusionist? Is that the word?
Illusionist.
Would it be an illusionist? Would you be in an illusion? Because if you believe you can't create what life is for yourself, you might be in an illusion, baby. I'm sorry, but you have the power right here. You could get up in the morning and hit the gym. If you don't have the money, it's just paper. Go get that paper.
Right. And so it ultimately comes down to you to make the decision. Are you going to be an alchemist or are you going to be an illusionist, you know? If you choose to be an illusionist, you know, you...
Ooh, that's a good one. I actually came up with that one on the spot. Illusionist.
I like that.
I like that too. And how many of us at times we fall into illusion? I'm no saint.
We all do.
At times I fall into illusions
it's
too.
It's part of being human too.
It's part of being human.
We're not perfect at all.
And
Not
it's
even
okay.
close.
And it's okay to be wrong. It's okay to
Right.
be wrong in whatever situation or scenario. It's okay to be wrong. Be humble enough to know that you create your reality. You know, you can grow from it. Take that energy as an alchemist and be like, oh, I'm going to use this to build upon. Don't let it break you. Don't let it make you. Let it build you. Don't let it break you. Let it build you. You know, bring that peace in. But
Yes, sir. That's...
I don't got no words, man. You know, they say life is a feeling.
Right.
Love is a feeling too. And if you find love for your life, cherish that. Keep that. There's times where I didn't have no love for myself, and it translated to life. And I was wondering, I was like, man, why am I doing this?
Now, how can you feel like, how can you see the difference between when there's true love and fake love? You know, like, I feel like a lot of people think they're feeling the love, and then after it is gone, they realize, oh, that was never love. There's something else, you know, something more negative. And how can you kind of figure out the difference and know when it is real or not?
All gold does not glitter. All treasure does not glitter. Some treasures, some love, some gold will come in the most mysterious ways. And some...
It can be weird. It can be weird.
Dude, that's how I met my wife, Callie Sai. We're not married yet, but we married. Yeah, I met her at my show in Los Angeles. First time in LA.
Earlier this year?
Yeah, earlier this year. Oh, you were there?
Yeah.
Yes, sir. I met her in LA, and after the show, you know, I get overwhelmed quite easily at times. Not as much as I used to, but I was very, you know, trying to go home. I killed the show. It was a crazy energy. Love that show. First Storm tour as well. And
Was that your first time performing on stage?
No, not on stage, but it was last summer. Last summer was my first time performing on stage, I believe. And this was my second time performing out of state. My first time was in Seattle. Love the crowd in Seattle.
Tour?
Yeah, First Storm tour as well. Shout out to Lebo Tracks. If you're watching this, keep growing, keep doing your thing. We're all gonna eat. We're all gonna grow. I love the vision. But yeah, shout out to Lebo. You know, he helped me perform out in Seattle. First time out of Salt Lake City. I love the Seattle crowd. First, you know, even going out of the city and feeling that genuine love, I felt it in the crowd. People were like, "Whoa!" Like, I felt the whoa.
Dude, Seattle has some good people. I went there back in September of 2021, and I wasn't even there for any music related stuff. Just the people are just so like.
They were real. They were pretty real.
There's something about the energy they have. You know, I don't even know how to describe it.
Yeah, it was a different energy. Even, you know, like, I'm not from Seattle. Even like people they knew I was like out of you know, out of town. I'm not from Seattle, so I came in and they even like helped me out. Hey, don't go down this street. Boom, boom, bow. Seattle's a very beautiful place. You know, it's got a lot of great energy, but you know, there's just helping me look out for certain places, and you know, I'm grateful for that. And so that just goes to show that some of these people in Seattle, like, very like, they made it feel like home. I was on stage. There's a vlog for it on my YouTube channel, Seattle Storm Tour vlog. Check it out. Fire.
I'll have it in the description.
Thank you.
If you guys want to check it out.
And actually, speaking on that thought too, I have I can't talk about. I have a lot going on in terms of content. I really want to show the world what's going on.
For what you want to reveal, what do you got planned?
So I do like vlogging. I do like video edits, graphic designing, the digital art, and building psychology and spirituality into this digital art and make it dope, make it cool. and I'm dropping a vlog called for LA. It's a LA vlog when I was out there for the show, and 17-minute vlog. I'm sorry, not sorry, but it's crazy cool. It'll also be on my YouTube channel, but a lot was said and shown in that vlog.
What's your YouTube channel?
Zenotic, Zenotic, and I'm making beats as well and just getting that out there. Cool beats too, prophetic type beats, chill type beats, anything that's inspiring. You'll search it up at Futures and Beats. Yep. And yeah, you'll see it. But in terms of just like content, I'm dropping a vlog, but it's also coming out with my next song called 111 in LA. And it drops November 4th. November 4th, 2022, baby.
Right before Storm Tour 2.
Oh yeah, right before Storm Tour 2, Salt Lake City, November 5th. So I'm excited for that.
I think I'm running the podcast there too.
You're running it?
I
You'll
think
find
I
me.
just gotta get approval from Lebo, but as soon as he gives me the green flag, I'll bring my stuff over. Can set up in that section up there.
Yes, sir. Yeah, yes, sir. I'd love to be in a podcast with Lebo too. I've seen a couple podcasts with him, and I feel like we like feed off each other in terms of real, like raw, trying to bring vision to the world and connect our cities to the world as well.
I'm gonna try and actually bring a third mic.
That'd be cool.
So we can get kind of at least 3 people. Because I'm not gonna let it be as crazy as the first one. I think I'm not gonna let more than a few people on at once, just because it was a little chaotic. But this time I'm gonna bring a third mic, and we'll just keep it to no more than like 3 people.
Right. Sometimes it's your podcast, my friend. You could come in and set the rules and regulations. Hey, one at a time. Come in. Don't speak over other. Hella flow.
That was part of my problem last time. I wasn't standing up to just take control of things.
I feel you.
And that was actually one of the pieces of advice you gave me.
Yeah.
Just take control, and I've been thinking about that. I've been thinking about that a lot. Like really just trying to ferment it in my soul and in my heart, just in like learn to take control. And yeah, it's
learn to take not controlling like, whoa, I'm gonna control this, but learn.
Right.
You could also push your own narrative. You could also push your own main storyline to the story. And I seen that within you too. I was like, oh man, this dude's about to go crazy with the podcast. This video is going to blow up. Just putting that out there, just like even believing that this video will blow up and this video will be successful to any degree of level of how we perceive it. That's something. Right. If you could believe it, you could do it. And so, yeah, going off what you said, you come out, do the podcast at the show, get these great perspectives in, and make something these beautiful people could come and watch and enjoy and have a fresher breath there. Let's breathe.
I'm also trying to bring a documentary.
A documentary?
Yep, to the 801 Underground.
Oh!
I'm just trying to document, get some behind the scenes stuff, and
you might as well start with the Storm Tour 2.
Well, I've already got a lot of footage for it.
Oh, yes?
So Storm Tour 2 is going to help with that. It's going to be sick.
That's amazing.
I'm excited. It'll probably be coming, I'm hoping by the end of the year is when I'll have it finished. By 2023, kind of feel like will be a good time to just drop it at the start of the year. Be ready for everything to come this next year. Because this next year is going to go crazy. It's going to be huge. I think it's going to be the community's biggest year so far.
The All-Star break is coming to Salt Lake City too for the Utah Jazz. They started off to a good season. I'm hoping they do good.
Yeah, but they've won every game until yesterday
against Houston too. It would be Houston Rockets. Yeah. It would be Houston. Yes. No, they're playing again tomorrow. Tomorrow's Wednesday. Yeah, the All-Star game is coming over here. We have a chance to really present Salt Lake City and make this a real scene. It's already a real scene, but make this pop and make this go crazy. We could make our own wave. We could do our own thing here in the spiritual hub of Salt Lake City.
We want to change the narrative for when people around the country and the world think of Salt Lake City, Utah, they think of us.
They think of us. And it's something cool and inspiring. It's not like, Utah, nah. We have crazy, unique mountains, crazy, unique nature. There's things to do. You just got to be willing to go find it and do something. But in terms of just like city, nightlife, you could bring that too. There's nothing saying you can't turn up.
Dude, the nightlife's getting better.
It's
starting to pop off. It's
getting there. I've heard things. I don't necessarily go out like that. I hate the weekends. But at the same time, like, it's fun too. You got to let loose sometimes. I stay loose. And so, just like, if you're into all that, you want to turn up, party, Salt Lake City is slowly coming up with that too. You just got to bring the wave. You know, Salt Lake City is a place where you could build. There's a lot of work here too. A lot of work.
This is a good place to grow right now.
It is a great place to grow right now. Probably a place to grow just because it's growing. In fact, the city, people around us are growing. I see more people trying to like enlighten themselves in terms of just like being okay where you're at and being okay knowing that you will proceed and grow. And I see a lot of people out here who are on that wave. And it's like, yo, you're crazy cool for being active with it. Being active.
I think I know Salt Lake is going to have some of the biggest artists the world has seen in the future. And I see people like you, Royalty, Wafer, Lebo. I mean, he's not from Salt Lake. He's from Seattle or the Tri-Cities, right?
Even then, him coming out here and promoting Salt Lake City show for the Storm Tour, he's standing up. He's standing up for Utah as well.
Right, but I see it for you guys. I really see what you guys are working for, striving for, and I'm hoping I can be a part of that and
Definitely.
and see you guys come up. I'm excited to see really where this goes and see how big this can become. You know,
all of us together are in this together.
and it's not just us though. It's also everyone watching.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like,
Right?
everybody here together. We're in this together. Like, even dropping a like, subscribing, going checking out Zenotic. Like, you're helping the community locally, you know. In terms of anybody, you know, standing up for any type of race, any type of class. It's like we're all in this together. You know, think about it. If we all would have stopped working for a good 5 days, the system would collapse. Am I right or am I right? So it's cool. It's cool to be wrong though.
Everyone plays a part.
Everyone
You know?
plays a part. Everyone plays a part. And so, what part are you gonna play?
I like that.
What part are you gonna play? Now I'm asking you now. What part will you play humbly? Like, what part do you think in your heart you will play in this whole scheme of life?
I feel like I'm gonna play a part that involves not only bringing people together, but leaving an impact on the world of how many people. After bringing everyone together, I want to leave an impact that has not only helped people and inspire people, but people just can feel better with their lives, feel better with their mind, their body, their communities that they're a part of. I want to leave an impact, and that's
Not like this. Yeah. Inspiring, you know. How many of us want to inspire? You know, and there's a lot of examples out here. You just got to care to look. And recognize real. Even you saying that inspires me as well. To keep it a buck. To keep it a buck with you. That it's cool. It's inspiring to see other people actually trying to make a living. A lot of people don't know what to do.
some of my biggest inspirations right now are you guys.
Sometimes.
Seeing you guys work.
We've been working. Thank you. It's crazy to see. Even like people are recognizing me, and it's pretty crazy. I manage myself and everything too. It's just like people are definitely noticing Salt Lake City little by little, and they're noticing me as well. And it's crazy because you know I don't know where it's gonna lead, but I'm hoping it leads to somewhere great, somewhere where I could also as well inspire.
It's going to.
I want to inspire billions of people as well, and I feel like we are inspiring people because look, like, what's life without inspiration? What's life without a cool creative idea? You know, how you do the art when you're doing the podcast, how you edit it, the energy you put into it, the heart. You know what I mean? And so that's just like, whoa, like I feel like that's the beauty of it. Even when you're playing video games, you could even have a cool experience playing the video games because you know in a way you're thinking in a certain mannerism that you don't normally think, or you know if that's your cup of tea. Even me like producing beats, mixing, mastering, and when people have me mix and master their songs, I'm like, yo, I'm about to make this sound good. I'm about to make this sound fire. Because that's what we deserve. You know? That's what we deserve. We deserve some fire stuff. In terms of food, I'm not vegan, but I do like the nourishment. I do respect vegans. Nourishment is cool. Get your protein. Man, I eat off the sun. I just breathe.
Breathe in, taking the energy from the world.
Breathe in, taking in that energy from the world. What the world has to offer me. But I have an auntie. I have an aunt. Una tía. She told me, she's like, hey, no comes el mundo como manzana. No todo entero. Poco por poco. She said, don't eat the world eating the apple entirely. Like, don't munch on the apple of the world. Bite by bite. Little by little. Let it come to you. Little by little, let the creation happen.
I like that. So I got
That's
one
not
more.
me.
I got one more
I'm
question
saying.
though, before we really start wrapping things up. How do you really hope to inspire the world? You say you want to inspire billions of people. How do you want to do that?
As of now, my art will speak for itself, and it will do the rest. My art will speak for itself. The second I speak, I expose myself to the world. I want to be a living example of not what the world could make you be, but a living example of balance. I don't know how to tell you. I want to inspire the world through creation, love, art, all the good things, just like being able to travel, adventure. You know, I will speak for the chosen and maybe the broken too. I wish to speak for the people that, you know, want to go out there and live their best lives. And the people who think they can't, but they really can. I want you to do it. I want people to tap in. Tap in with me. Tap in with Zenotic. And strive for prosperity. That's all we're trying to do. Live prosperously. I know we all want to live on a yacht. And if you're simple, let's read a book on the yacht. Let's meditate. Take it to the Amazon rainforest, South America. Shout out to the ancestors too. You know, we're living it up.
If it wasn't for them, we wouldn't be here, right?
Mm-hmm. A lot of them suffer, but we definitely like wish to live on. You know, live on, bring peace, and all of us.
For sure.
All of us, we gotta bring peace. And it starts with me. It starts with you. I go by the name of Zenotic, and I'm signing off.
Where can they find you?
You can find me anywhere. You can find me in all platforms. ZENOTIC.FutureZen. Instagram. We could get with the program. We could get with a whole different program of love and peace. Good, positive cycles. Zenotic. I'm on YouTube, Twitter, official Zenotic. I have a website, www.thefuturezen.com. Find me there. Give me some love. Show some love to Reese as well. Everybody give it up for Reese. Give it up for Reese for providing a platform for people to speak as well. You know, that's crazy. I was like, wow. Nah, yeah, but
I'll have all of his stuff in the description as well. His Instagram, Twitter, whatever else he wants. Send me a link, or just send me everything you want.
Thank you.
Thanks guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Could get something from this, and I hope to see you guys in future episodes. Be sure to catch us November 5th, Storm Tour 2, Salt Lake City.
November 4th, I have a song 111 in LA coming out. Check it out. Fire song made in LA. Shout out to Stella Standing Bear for helping me produce it. Actually better go hit the studio right now with that, but I love you guys.
Hey, that's what's up.
Yeah, let's get it. Let's go. And catch me at the shows. Catch me at the shows. We're going crazy, Salt Lake. And look, if you need a lending hand, like anything, you know, if you're trying to make art creation and you just need that little push, that's what we're here for. hit us up. Hit me up on Instagram and ZENOTIC.futureZane. I'm here to help. Let's go.
All right, peace, guys.